So you're thinking of moving to Bend, Oregon, but you don't actually want to live in Bend, Oregon? That's right. You want all the beauty of the high desert and the outdoor activities Central Oregon has to offer, but you don't want to battle the traffic and the high cost of living in Bend? Well, we've got you covered. In today's episode, we're going to jump into the computer and we are going to take a tour of the surrounding towns, give you an idea of what each town offers, and see what might work for you. Stick around to the end and we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time on the channel and you'd like to know everything about eating, sleeping, living here in Bend, Oregon, well, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about current market conditions here in Bend, Oregon. My name is Zach Nutter, the Z-Man, licensed broker with eXp Realty in the state of Oregon. My partner Ryan and I get calls and texts every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Bend, Oregon. We absolutely love it. So if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or schedule a Zoom call with us. All our contact information is below. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to Bend, Oregon, or any of the surrounding areas. All right, guys, so we have jumped into the computer here and we are going to take a look at all the surrounding areas and what they have to offer. So let's start. All right, so jump in here. I'm going to grab the paint and we're going to look at, so this is Bend here, right smack dab, kind of in the middle of everything here in Central Oregon. So let's jump out of there and let's zoom out and just kind of give you, that should take us about as far as we need to go here. So we'll get the paint back out. So you've got Sisters here coming into Bend, Redmond, Terrebonne, Powell Butte and Prineville. And then you come down here, you've got Sunriver, Lapine, and Brothers. There's really not much in Brothers. You drive through it, don't even know you miss it. So these are kind of the main areas right here. You can get into Black Butte Ranch, Crooked River Ranch, but so Redmond, Sisters, Terrebonne, Prineville, Sunriver if you're going south, Three Rivers area, and Lapine are kind of the main areas we're going to cover. So let's start south and work our way north here. So Lapine, Oregon is right here, and it's got a population of just under 3,000 people, but the service area of Lapine is really large. So it's got a great community. This area is really growing. So let's zoom in down there and take a closer look at Lapine. One thing you'll notice right away in looking at Lapine, it is surrounded by lakes. So you've got Paulina and East Lake up here. This is a magical area. You climb up Paulina Peak, and this is just an amazing, amazing area that I love visiting. Two wonderful lakes with nice little resorts on them. So you come back down here, you have Wickiup Reservoir, Crane Prairie Reservoir. There is amazing fishing in Crane Prairie if that's something that you're into. And then notice you've got this fantastic state park, has one of the largest pine trees in America. I think it's the second largest. It's really, really neat to look at. There's a lot of great camping around Lapine as well. You'll also notice Quail Run Golf Course, super fun golf course to play. They've got the little riding motorcycles that you can put your bag on. It's a pretty fun place to play. You'll notice you've got a little Deschutes River, and then you've also got the Deschutes River that runs along up here. So Lapine has a lot of rural properties. You'll find a lot of one acre parcels, but you're starting to see more neighborhoods pop up as well that are a little bit more standard kind of neighborhoods. There's one high school, a middle school, and 2 elementary schools here in Lapine. And again, it's a great place to live. It's growing like crazy. It's a very, very interesting town that I've grown to really love in the last couple of years, just working down there a lot and getting to know the area. So let's head north. This is Highway 97. Highway 97 will take you all the way down into California if you wanted to head down that direction. So we're gonna zoom out a little bit. Next spot we're gonna talk about is Three Rivers. Three Rivers is just outside of Sunriver. So you'll see Sunriver proper here, but Three Rivers is another area. They're acre properties. For the most part, they're half acre to acre properties. Really, really nice area. You've got the river that kind of runs through it. You've got Crosswater Golf Course here and Caldera Links Golf Course here. There's another large development of Caldera that's going to be happening right here. You've got some, you've got a little area here that's got some restaurants. And again, it's just across the road from Sunriver proper. Sunriver proper runs all the way over here, but there's some great properties in here. Large ponderosa trees. Again, you've got golf courses, you've got river access in this neighborhood, something really cool. And part of the neighborhood, you get a private boat launch that you can launch in here, and you have a stretch of river that's pretty quiet. There's not a lot of other people that are floating it. Unlike in Bend, you go down into the old mill in the middle of summer and there's thousands of people floating a day. It can get pretty tight and there's a lot of people. This area, if you happen to live in one of these neighborhoods right here, you do get access to the private boat launch, which is really, really nice. So let's zoom out here and you take Spring River Road up and it'll get you, so there's part of, it's not actually part of Sunriver proper here, but you get over here and you cruise down. There's a really cool roundabout here that kind of enters you in, and this takes you to the village. So we're in Sunriver proper now. And in the village, you've got several restaurants and bars, Sunriver Brewing, Cafe Centra. You've got all kinds of different stuff in here. A lot of real estate offices, bike rentals, gift shops. Goodies is in there that has a ton of old-fashioned candies and chocolates and fountain drinks and Blondie's Pizza. This is kind of the main hub of Sunriver for your shopping, your dining, different things. There are other areas scattered throughout Sunriver that you can eat and drink at, but this is kind of the main hub here. You've got biking paths. You've got paths all over the place in here. Let's zoom out a little bit. This is a new addition that they've put in recently. This is the Shark Aquatic Center. So it's a water park. It's an amphitheater. They have concerts here. There's weddings that happen here. This is a really, really neat area. One thing you want to pay attention to if you were looking to buy in Sunriver, there was an assessment years ago for the Shark, the building of Shark. So whenever you're buying there, you want to make sure that that assessment has been paid or has not been paid, just so you know what you're getting into when you buy in there. So you can see there's a ton of roundabouts in here. You can really get lost in Sunriver if you don't know where you're going, but there's a marina over here. There's just so much to Sunriver. It's really neat. A lot of short-term rentals, a lot of vacation homes. It's a fun place to go and hang out. They've even got a little private airport with some homes on it. So yeah, Sunriver is definitely the resort town of Central Oregon. A lot of people find Bend because when they were younger, their families brought them to Sunriver growing up. And then they ended up going into Bend and checking it out. So a lot of the clients that I have that have moved to Bend said, yeah, I've come to Sunriver for years and years, and we skied and everything else. So it's a very cool place to be, especially in the winter. They have an ice skating rink. In the summer, they turn that into like a putt-putt mini golf type of place. So very, very neat place. So we're going to get heading back up 97. Here's the High Desert Museum. And then Deschutes River Woods. So we're getting right back into Bend now. So we're not going to talk a ton about Bend in this video, but just want to give you kind of some direction here. We're going to pull out a little bit more. We're going to head up to Redmond, and then we'll kind of circle around. So Redmond is the second largest area in Central Oregon. There's about 32,000 people in the Redmond city area. It's grown tremendously lately. Downtown, they've put in a ton of great restaurants. So if you go through here, you'll see there's two main, so these 5th Street going north, 6th Street going south used to be the main way you would get through Redmond. And so all the traffic had to go through their downtown, which could be a lot. They've bypassed that since, but they've really revitalized downtown Redmond with great restaurants, a movie theater. They just put in, let's see if I can find it, there's a hotel down here that has an amazing, it's a bar, it's a rooftop bar, and I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's a really, really neat addition to Redmond. Then you've got a lot of food cart areas in Redmond that are really nice. So General Duffy's is one of the largest. It's got a ton of food trucks. It's got a little amphitheater for music. Wild Ride Brewery, the same thing. It's a brewery that has food trucks. And then you've got the new one, Otto's Landing, they just built. So downtown Redmond is really a popping place these days. They've done a fantastic job of making it a place that people want to come and visit. So, and then Redmond, one of the other major things of Redmond is it has the airport that services all the commercial flights for Central Oregon. So Redmond's airport has gotten bigger as time's gone on. That used to be just flights to Portland, Seattle, Salt Lake City, San Francisco. Now they've added nonstop flights to Phoenix and to Chicago, Denver, several different areas. Sometimes, depending on the time of year, we'll have direct flights to Las Vegas, but not always. So the airport here is great. It's small enough that security doesn't take forever. And you don't have to get there 2 or 3 hours early to make sure that you don't miss your flight. But if you are traveling across the country, sometimes it can be a little more difficult because there's not as many direct flights, but it is growing. They've been expanding it, and it's a fantastic airport for a small town. So let's jump out even further. So you've got Eagle Crest Golf Resort out here. So there is, it's a really neat community surrounded by golf courses just outside of Redmond. I think there's 2 golf courses, or there may even be 3 golf courses. But when I was younger, they used to offer golf, a very big discount for kids. So we'd go out there. And so Eagle Crest has a special spot in my heart. Let's zoom out a little further. So if you keep going north, you'll have Terrebonne here. Terrebonne is a really, really small town. It's about 1,600 people. But the gem of Terrebonne is Smith Rock State Park here. So Smith Rock State Park is a world-class rock climbing, hiking area. It is absolutely gorgeous with some of the craziest looking rock formations you've ever seen. Tons of people come out here every year from all over the world to rock climb, and it's a very, very awesome place to visit if you haven't been there. So we're going to loop around, and so if you went, you headed west from Redmond, you'd get into Sisters here. Sisters is a small town. It's got about 2,700 people. It's a Western inspired, all the buildings look like old Western kind of saloons. There's tons of shopping. There's tons of places to eat and walk around. It's a really neat area. If you drive through here on a busy summer day, you're gonna see hundreds of people walking around, eating ice cream, shopping. There's a great bakery called Sisters Bakery in here. We usually stop every time we come through town. There's a huge quilt show that happens here. It's got a great rodeo. Sisters is a very fun town, and they have some phenomenal views of the mountains. Probably some of the best in Central Oregon. Also have Aspen Lakes Golf Course here. Sisters is a really, really neat place. Let's see here. So Tumalo, heading back towards Bend, you have Tumalo here. Really small, little kind of pass through. There's some phenomenal properties out here. You've also got a little the Bite of Tumalo. It's a great food cart area. We won't spend a ton of time in there. You've got Tumalo State Park. And so that heads back into Bend. I'm gonna zoom out here even more. we're going to head out to Prineville. So Prineville is about, I want to say Prineville is about 30 to 35 minutes, 40 minutes, depending on how fast you drive from Bend. They've got Prineville Golf Club here. They've got another golf course here. You've got Prineville Reservoir, which is a fantastic place to spend in the summers. You've got a neat downtown. So Prineville's got a lot going on downtown. It's kind of it's old. I wouldn't say it's really Western, but it's got a St. Charles facility here. It's got a high school. It's got some really neat facilities. It's got a huge base for employees. So Les Schwab, which is a major tire center. If you're not from the West Coast, you may or may not know about it, but their headquarters is in, I think they've moved it to Bend, but their major warehouses and everything are still in Prineville. This is also home to, let's see, I don't know, Facebook. So, or Meta, whatever you want to call it. They have a massive data center out here, and there's 5 or 6 buildings now where they have all their data. So a lot of jobs have come in from Les Schwab. So a lot of industry in Prineville. So that's about it from Prineville. So I wanted to talk to you about travel distances again. So Prineville, 35, 45 minutes away. Sisters, 25, 30 minutes. These are all distances to Bend. Redmond, 20, 25 minutes. Lapine, 30 to 40 minutes. Sunriver, 15, 20 minutes at the most. That kind of gives you an idea of the surrounding areas of Bend. If you have any other questions about the surrounding towns or anything else about Central Oregon, I'd absolutely love to help you out. So if you'd like to stay in touch with us, subscribe below, tap the bell for notifications. All of our contact information is in the comments below. We'd love to help you make a smooth move here to Bend, Oregon, or any of the surrounding areas. Thank you.